Oh, there we go. Welcome aboard, everybody. Joe Quills, the Philly Guy, here with you. Welcome to a Tuesday night edition of Philly Guy Speaks, a vacation edition of Philly Guy Speaks because I am extra energetic. Maybe it's because I just started drinking this coffee about 15 minutes ago, but gonna have a fun night here coming up here. Going to talk the Natty. UConn won. Anthony Rendon got suspended for 4 games. I'll replay that video and tell you once again what I think here. Um, I'm even going away from um, sports, even though it's kind of related with sports because it is a sports venue. But Drexel students are pissed that they cannot have their graduation this year at Citizens Bank Park. I side with the Phillies on this, even though I'm a two-time Drexel alum. And finally, a little fun game that you guys can play tonight, and maybe even tweet me at Joe Quills or at Philly Guy Speaks. Some of the worst jobs in sports. I got one from when I was out and about yesterday. Did venture up the parks. Did horrible on the horses, but made it up and then some on the casino. So got some money to spend this week. So that's a good thing because um, it is happening on Thursday, the Phillies home opener. And if you want me to jinx your team, tell me what your team is, and I will gladly bet on them because I bet against the Phillies tonight, my team, because if you follow me at Pickett, that's Pikkit um, on your phone or on your iPhone or on your Android phone. You can go to my code, which is, let me just make sure I got this right. And I got to see if I can change this code because I need to change it to like Joe Quills or Philly Guy Speaks or something like that, just so I don't have to look it up every couple of weeks. Um, refer a friend. Field goal 7450. That's field goal 7450. Field goal is all one word. Everything is one string of 13 characters, and you'll get money, $3 to $100 once you link your sports books to that account, your account, your new account. I will get $3 to $100 because you use my referral code, and you get to see my picks. And when it came to my picks tonight, I called the Phillies 0-4 start the worst nightmare in Philadelphia since the Chip Kelly regime. So that's pretty bad. And even though Chip Kelly did get a division title out of the Eagles, there hasn't been much since. There wasn't much after that. It was a major shit show to say the least. And but the good news is he did get fired for Doug Peterson, who did bring home a Super Bowl to Philadelphia, something that we had been waiting for 57 years, 57 seasons. Finally, it happened. And the world didn't end somehow, which is a shock. But then again, the world didn't end when the Cubs won the World Series after 168 years, whatever it was. And I'm over exaggerating. It was like 105 or something like that. But Phillies are up 4-0 right now. And I do have some good news. We'll have more details tomorrow. Follow me, follow the Bleacher Brothers on Twitter because we will be tailgating before the game. And I'll give you more details because I don't know where we're going to be yet. But we do have merch there. Going to have some fun out there before the game. And who knows, maybe you get to meet Duncan Dad. I think Duncan Dad's going to be there. AJ's definitely going to be there. He's flying up tomorrow morning, and some guy Joe Quills, the Philly guy. Oh shit! Let's try that again. Some guy Joe Quills, the Philly guy.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel. That's how people feel about me all the time. So it's not that big of a deal. So, anyways, yeah, we'll be there on Thursday. We got to see what we're going to do here. AJ is going to be in town tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So, Phillies are up 4-0, top of the eighth. Phillies did hit at least 2 home runs. I turned it off because I turned on the soccer match. And I know Joe's watching soccer. Well, that's because the Philadelphia Union is playing in the CONCACAF Champions League. I know. Still, you're watching soccer, and if I had a sound drop of "fuck you," I would play it right now. I mean, I got the Phillies game back on right now only because I was catching up on that because the Union game was getting close to halftime there. So, but the Phillies are up 4-0 in the Bronx, looking to win their first game of the year after 4 ugly games. And you know what? It's only 2% of the season, so it's not that big of a deal. You just got to make sure you get back on track, and for every 40 you lose, you win 5. Just get back above 500 and tread water until Bryce Harper comes back. And once he comes back, all hell will break loose, hopefully. So, we'll be there Thursday. We'll be there on Thursday. I'm sure AJ will update. I will update, and we'll go from there. So, let's get to it here. First of all, do want to congratulate the UConn Huskies for winning the men's national championship. Also, because I am equal opportunity here, want to congratulate LSU, basically coming from nowhere in 2 years. And that's the power of Kim Mulkey, who's one of the top coaches in college basketball on the women's side. She's won, I think, 4 national titles now. Wait, how many was it? Oh, wait, and what is today's date again? April, which is month number. And what day of the month is it? So it's. And my mouse, I scrolled my mouse down, and I end up getting this.
Do it live.
Yeah, so we're doing it live as well here. But yeah, I have no. I mean, the one thing is, and I thought about saying this as well. Did the tournament committee underrate UConn? I'm not going to say that because you know what? You get a team that gets on a roll like UConn and a team that will just destroy teams in its way. I mean, they went Ivan Drago on them. Everything they see, they destroy, and that's what they did here. They did get us scared in the second half from San Diego State, but UConn did hold on to win. Well, don't want to say hold on because they did end up winning by 17 points, but did get down to 5, and UConn hit a big 3, and that was basically the end of it. So congrats to UConn on their title and their 5th title. Wait, not 1, not 2, not 3, not but 5 national championships. So congrats to them as they win for the 5th time with their 3rd different coach, Danny Hurley, from Jersey City, New Jersey, went to college ball at Seton Hall University, got it done, and UConn does it again. And, it is what it is. And, I'm not going to complain too much about that. So good job by them. and they proved that they were the best team in a tournament which was batshit crazy because of the fact that this is the first tournament that no number ones, no number twos, or no number threes got into the Final Four since they had seeding, since they introduced the seedings in the 1979 tourney. So you got a lot of time that you could. I mean, I think I saw that point. I think I heard that 1 in 600,000 people got that Final Four right. And I thought I heard on Dane Patrick's show from last Monday, because I'm catching up on podcasts. If you had just picked that Final Four for $100, you would have had like $9 million. Crazy. But I mean, UConn just couldn't pull away. San Diego State kept fighting back. It was just a little too much UConn. And they play in a tougher conference. The Big East is right up there with the other conferences. Big 12 is big in basketball this year. ACC probably had a down year a little bit, but hey, it was still a great year of college basketball. Now we get to the off season, and then we wait till Midnight Madness in October as we get ready for a new season of basketball. But we still have the NBA. We still have baseball that just started, and we do have the Triple Crown coming up next month, and I can't wait for that. Probably going to finalize my plans for. I almost said September. Jesus Christ, my brain is. And I was off today, and my brain's fried. Oh shit! For May the 6th. Kentucky Derby Day. We'll do something, and I'm thinking about things here, and I'm gonna have to. I may even bring in somebody in so we can shoot the shit with the Kentucky Derby. I do have a couple of guys in mind. It's just fitting their schedule in with mine, or who knows? Maybe I find a way to record the video and I play that video to you guys. I don't know. I'm thinking of different things right now. I'm also thinking about something for next Thursday. Just want to make sure that goes as what I want it to do. So, but lot to come over the next couple of weeks. First of all, we got the Bleacher Brothers event at Citizens Bank Park on Thursday. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a lot more. So UConn did win. Congrats to them. I did mention this on Thursday because it popped up. It did pop up on ESPN on Thursday night when I was on the show, when I was doing the show. And I did talk about it on the audio only on Friday. And I am just looking at a couple of different things here. Okay, so here we go. So just to give you a little background about what happened last week for the season opener for the Oakland A's and the LA Angels of Anaheim, Orange County, Disneyland adjacent, whatever the hell Tony says. But let me pull up the story here and I'll play this video here. And I'll just warn you right now, it's a quick video. It's 12 seconds. And I'm just looking for one thing here before we go further. Okay, so here's the video. Let me do that here real quick, and I'll probably play it a couple times here, so it may loop here, and if not, I'll play it a second time here. So this is the video as a reminder from Thursday night. It was after the game. It's a viral video. You'll get to see it, and I'll just go through it again, my thoughts. I'll play it one more time here for you. Here you go. Okay. So for those that are going to be listening to the podcast after the fact, just a review of everything that happened there. Now, first of all, the way that the clubhouse situation is in Oakland, because first of all, you got to remember it's a multi-purpose shithole, and you know the toilets always back up there, and it backs up onto the field and shit like that. Um, so what you have there is you have um, you don't have a access to the clubhouse from their I think it's the first base dugout. So whatever side they're on, until the Phillies go there on Father's Day, I'm not going to know. Father's Day weekend. Um, so when he went, so when they do is there's a row of seats are like box seats that are there right behind home plate. And then you got to go behind them, and behind that you go into the tunnel to go to your locker room. Well, obviously, Oakland had more fans than they usually do because it's opening day and Shohei Ohtani is there. And I saw some comments on Facebook where, oh, that's an embarrassment. How many people are? I didn't respond, but I was like, an embarrassment? That's a sellout crowd to them. I mean, because, you know, the stadium's all falling apart. They're not replacing broken seats and stuff like that. You got all kinds of problems with the stadium, and no wonder why they want to go to Vegas as soon as possible. But you have one of the few stadiums where you have an opportunity interact with the fans even more so with the Oakland fans as you're going from your dugout to um, from the dugout to the locker room. So Rendon, I think, went 0 for 3 that game, and he had a you know, he might have had rabbit ears. You know, when you're like that, you know, you're gonna when you're annoyed, you're annoyed, you hear everything. I know I'm that way. And you know, you gotta you just gotta learn to ignore it. So as a result of that, and you saw now, first of all, you see Rendon grabbing the fan. Mickey, no, I'm not late. I started right at 9:15 tonight. Last night was 8 o'clock. I did that Turf Paradise show, where we'll see tomorrow how my horses do. And if they're anything like the last 2 days for me at Parks, don't play them. But every day's a new day with that. So, but seriously, going back to the Rendon thing, he grabs the fan. Now, this is a viral video, so you don't see anything before that. You just see those 12 seconds. He grabs him and says, "Oh, you call me a bitch, huh? Call me a bitch." And the fan's trying to say, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." You know, maybe it was him. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But whatever it was, probably that alone would get him a game or two. But he actually takes a swing with his left hand. Now, the one thing is with Rendon, and I joked around with this as well last week. I joked around, I think on Thursday. I joked around about it on Friday. The one thing I said was, at least we know he watched Bull Durham, because, when Nuke Lelouch punches Crash Davis asks Nuke after the punch, "Which hand did you use?" My left hand. Good. Never use your moneymaker. Never use your right hand for a punching when you're a pitcher. So he did use his left hand. So even though you don't go after a fan, you don't take a swing at a fan, at least if you're going to take a swing at a fan, do it with your right hand. Do it with your non-throwing hand. So he did it with his left hand. He missed, thankfully. But then again, that type of a swing that he had wouldn't have done much damage. But either way, it did end up a viral video. MLB investigated. Rendon said over the weekend he can't comment on it, and obviously so, because we don't know if there's anything criminal that's going to happen, even though it'll be a bit unnecessary. But he actually did get 5-game suspension from MLB. It got reduced to 4. Now, I don't remember an incident like this happening in the past. Now, I know that there was MLB players going into the stands, for example, Chicago at Wrigley Field, because if you remember back in the day, the bullpen was part of the field and was in play. So you did have that. But other than that, and I don't remember who got suspended, who did what, that's not the point. So for the most part, this isn't something you see regularly in baseball. Now, you're going to hear fans say you suck, you're a bitch, or worse. And for the most part, you're not going to have fan interaction like this. And even more so now, because, like, for example, all the major league ballparks, they have netting all the way around the stadium. So you're not going to get that interaction and a fan going to swing for the fences. So you're not going to have that opportunity to pick a fight with a fan. So thankfully that isn't the case. But you do have, so basically whenever you have labor law like this, whenever you have a fine, a suspension, or anything like this, especially when, let's just say, disciplinary action within the workplace, and in this case, within Major League Baseball, there's always past precedence. So you can say, oh, so-and-so only got 3 games. How come I got 5? And we don't know what happened there in the appeal process, because it was a quick appeal. I mean, 5 games, I appeal it. Okay, we'll give you 4 and a fine, but you got to serve right away. Whatever happened, because he agreed to 4 games instead of 5, paid a fine. That was the end of it. So it doesn't look good on the game of baseball that somebody took a swing at a fan. It doesn't look good in any sport. Now, football, you'll get killed by the football player because, they're all bulked up in their pads and helmet and all that shit. Basketball, that's the sport, that's the pro sport, which would be the most where it could happen the most. And we've seen it from time to time. Fan throws popcorn on somebody, even though it wasn't direct action where it was physical. If you remember a few years ago, well, probably about 5-6 years ago now, Russell Westbrook was in Philly for the home opener with OKC. And if you remember that doctor, and if you have me on Facebook, I like to put that up this when the playoffs start. It's him going, boom, double bird. But yeah, but when you retaliate with a fan, whether that was the correct fan or not the correct fan, you still can't go after somebody. You can't take a swing at somebody, even if it's just a swipe or a full-fledged punch. You just can't do that. And that's why he got 5 games reduced to 4. And, I could say, well, Rendon's a first-time offender, let's say, or so-and-so had a 4-game suspension. Why do I get 5? Also, remember, you got a weird situation there in Oakland because of the way that the Angels have to go from their dugout to the locker room area, to the clubhouse. So you have a weird setup there, whereas most other teams, I probably could say the other 29 stadiums in baseball, you just go right up the chute right to the clubhouse. But Mickey Delaney says he should have gotten 10. Yeah, I could say that. But truthfully, I would not. I mean, because it all depends upon, one, did he connect? He did not. 2, I think they took into account because it's such a shithole of a stadium that they got to basically go through the crowd to get to the clubhouse. But and also, anytime that something like this happens, the players' union is going to say this person got 5. So let's say Rendon got 10. Well, so-and-so got 5. What's the difference between him getting 10 and what he did and what so-and-so did, which only got 5 games? So you do have labor law involved here, and you got union versus management here. And when I say management, in this case, it's the major league offices this time. So that's why you got a 5. You got a 5 down to 4. But either way, I don't. I mean, at least it got something, and it was fairly swift action. Major League Baseball said right away, "Oh, we're investigating it." Thankfully, they did. Thankfully, they made their decision fairly quickly. They didn't let this hang around for a couple of weeks. It was 5 games, and he goes, appeal. Make an example out of them. Yeah, in some ways, yeah, because and also you got to remember it's opening night. and yet Shohei Ohtani pitching. So let me just see one thing here, and I'm trying to keep an eye on the Union match against Atlas from Mexico. They're 0-0 right now, so that's not good for the Unions. They got to go to Mexico next week to finish the home and home, the 2-game match. Let me just check one thing here. NBA, MLB. Let's see what they have for an attendance there, or so they say. Okay, Oakland allegedly had 35,000 people in attendance. And I say allegedly because of the fact that you have total tickets sold as the criterion here. So let's say I have a ticket to the game and I don't go. I still count among the attendance because the way baseball counts attendance, it's total tickets sold, which I think is bullshit. I mean, if you're going to have total tickets sold, do what the NFL did back in the late 80s and list the number of no-shows. That's just me. So 35,000, I think they had about 25 in attendance. And also, you never know because you never have a crowd that all sits in their seats the whole game. You have people going for beer. The kids want to go play in Playland. Now, Oakland probably doesn't have that, obviously, because what is a concrete donut, kind of like the last of the multi-use stadiums. Citizens Bank Park, they have the kids area beyond center field at the end of Ashburn Alley behind right center field. You're not going to have all 35,000 fans all in their seats at the same time. So you're always going to see an empty seat somewhere in the stadium. You might have to do a Where's Waldo with some stadiums because they're pretty much sold out year round, like the Padres are, because of the fact that they wait listed their season ticket holders. So 35,000 probably didn't have 35,000 the remaining 2 games combined. I'm sorry, they had 26,000. My bad. All right, let me give myself one of those. They had 26,000. I thought the attendance was 35,000. That's the capacity. Okay. Saturday they had 15,700. Sunday they had 26. And considering they only had about 600,000 or 700,000 people there last year, some fans are probably saying, if I go to Oakland, maybe me being there will help them stay. And that may be the case, but a lot more than I expected there for the 3-game series. But then again, it's a division rival. You had Shohei the first night. And truthfully, 26,000 is the equivalent of a sellout in Oakland because they usually get 5 to 10 a night, if that. But what Rendon really, he had to be disciplined. And he got disciplined. And we will never know what was said in those meetings. All we will know is that it was 5 games and it was reduced to 4. So that is that. Next, let me just check one thing here because I did not write down what I was going to talk about tonight. I typed it up real quick. Oh, I know what it was. And I'm going to kind of get away from sports here, but it is a sports venue because this is an event that happens at Citizens Bank Park every year. And let me go here. Just so I can quote the exact okay. Now, just to state for the fact of the story that I'm about to mention to you guys, I am a two-time graduate of Drexel University. I got my bachelor's degree in 2012 and got my master's degree in 2015. Or was it 2016? Well, whatever. Anyways, I was the last graduating class that was at the DAC. Don't ask me to pronounce that first name, the first word of that arena. That's why we call it the DAC. But it's a small arena. I mean, basically a high school arena. And, because they have it indoors, they have they had like 5, 6, 7, 8 graduation ceremonies over 2 days. What they've done since the year after I graduated, they had it at Citizens Bank Park. And the Phillies would always be away that weekend. So, no events. Okay, we agree to have it at Citizens Bank Park and we'll go from there. So Drexel ended up with just one ceremony, but they would have their different schools within the different schools. Like, for example, I was in sport management. You have the School of Business, you have the medical school, you have this, you have that. So you do have a they do have get-togethers before that main graduation ceremony on that Saturday. And congratulations to the Philadelphia Phillies. They're no longer over as they beat the Yankees 4-1 somehow. And if you're a Phillies fan, you're welcome. I bet the Yankees tonight. So let me give myself another one of those. You're welcome. So, the Drexel students are pissed because the school canceled the university-wide commencement at Citizens Bank Park this year. Well, the reason why it got canceled is that there are 2 concerts that week. Thursday, June 15th, Dead and Company, which is basically the Grateful Dead. It's just the remaining members, and it's a farewell tour. They're there on Thursday the 15th, and then the 17th, Morgan Wallen will play there. Okay. So, now, in the past, as I said, they had individual ceremonies for its different colleges because if it had no venue big enough to bring everyone together. So that's where Citizens Bank Park came into play. I'm just catching this part here. Sabir Sahu said that before 2016, it really robbed us an opportunity to celebrate our students in a way that could bring numerous family members and friends to the event. Now, the students are feeling robbed because there's 2 concerts, one on Thursday, one on Saturday. And the one thing is, you're basically, in terms of the concert, you're basically going to have do I have clapping on my board? No, I do not. I have, I'll play everything that's on this computer as of right now. I have.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And that's what they're going to be saying about me Thursday at Citizens Bank Park when we had that Bleachers Brother tailgate. They're going to say, hey, AJ, how's it going? Joe?
Who the fuck is that guy?
We have today, which is, because it's 4/4, we have this. And we have this, which I used for my online radio show on power109radio.us, which I have to get back on track here. But this is what I have all together.
4-3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a, I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
We have this. And if I can time it perfectly, I add this to it. The crash. I have Homer Simpson.
Rock and roll! Rock and roll!
I have Howard Dean from when he won the New Hampshire primary and then went into the mental institution. There's Jack Nicholson.
Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this?
That's what they're going to be saying about me when AJ's in the parking lot on Thursday. People are going to be saying about me.
Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this?
And then we have this.
The mid-low! The mid-low!
And we have another Bill O'Reilly. This is just truncated down.
Do it live! Do it live!
And my personal favorite, which I don't use often enough.
You said balls. You said balls.
And me every time I lose a wager.
Wrong, sir. Wrong. Wrong, sir. Wrong.
That's all I have loaded on this computer right now, but I'm going to be, within the next couple of weeks probably, I'm going to be upgrading the RAM on my computer so that I can actually have a soundboard just like Tony does, just like AJ does. I'll tell you why in a couple of minutes as well. But going back to the Drexel story, you know, they said it was, it's very depressing that we got to go back to college. And David Buck, who's the executive vice president of Phillies, said that any time anyone rents out the park, it's contingent of 2 things: the playoffs and concerts. No offense, if we can have 40,000 people at a concert, we're going to have to do that. Now, the extensive setup required for Thursday concert, the Thursday concert will begin on the prior Sunday. Buck said the Phillies and Drexel tried to find a way to make it work, but couldn't. every other year work that they wanted. If they want to do it next year, we're game. It's just that this year they just can't work it out. The university has conducted an exhaustive search in partnership with the Phillies for another venue, but could not find one on the available dates well with enough capacity, which in the past was between 8 and 12,000 people. The school looked at alternatives such as Lincoln Financial Field, which is across the street from the Link, and University of Pennsylvania's Franklin Field, which is right down the street from Drexel's campus. They were both unavailable. However, the university will continue its tradition of hosting individual school and college celebrations on campus and other venues in the city between June 4th and 16th. Graduates will be called to the stage by name to receive their degrees. They also have a celebration of graduates on June 13th. But, you know, the thing is, you know, because, you know, one person was thought that the Citizens Bank ceremony was a loss because no, this won't help, but the ceremony was the most useless 2 hours of my entire life. The college ceremonies are much more personal and much more worthwhile. I can tell you from graduating high school in a, and whoever knocked, I will get to you in a moment here. Because I just want to close this thought out here before I go to the knocker here. And it's Penguin AZ. Okay. So just to let you guys know, I graduated high school in 1991, and maybe I'll pull up that video. I think it's still on YouTube because somebody uploaded it. They found this grainy ass video, they digitalized it, and they posted it on YouTube. If I can find it, maybe we'll have good laughs there. You can see my hair, which then was, but also we graduated and it was about 95 degrees that day. And we didn't graduate in cap and gowns in high school. We graduated in tuxedos because that's the high school tradition that we had. We had a white suit coat, we had black pants, and we had the tie and cummerbund. I think we still had the cummerbund. But either way, no way would I want to graduate outside if I can help it, especially with Drexel with the quarterly system. They don't graduate till the middle of June, so you're right at the start of summer. Whereas if you graduate college beginning of May, you may get a 70-degree day like it was today here in Philly. Whereas on, you know, June 18th, 17th, no way, it's too damn hot in my opinion. And also the Drexel colors are navy blue. No way I want it. But that closes that thought out here. And I'm bringing Penguin AZ in here so we can discuss whatever Penguin AZ wants to talk about here. And I'm just going to make a couple of quick notes here.
I want you to tell me.
What up?
There we go. Oh, both you guys.
Yeah, we got both of
man.
us. I came over to drink some beer with the Penguin AZ.
Oh, man. So just to let you guys know, for those that are going to be listening to this after the fact on my podcast side, the audio side, Penguin AZ and Play Action Reel together, they're drinking their faces off tonight. I think Play Action Reel is doing that because I think he's trying to get out of working tomorrow so he can go to Paradise.
No, I got to work. I can't get out of it.
I am. Wait a second. Let me just do one thing here.
I was telling him about the show you had for him. And you know what he said? He said, F you. I didn't know anything about him.
Whatever.
Hold on a second. Oh, I know what it is. Hold on.
I didn't get home in time to see it.
There we go. Now I'll be able to hear you. It's just the settings on no filter. I had the same issue I have with my work computer where I plug in, and it doesn't go through my earphones. I have to play around with all that. So, anyways, good.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Well, we're going through the audio of the laptop, so you might not be able to hear us too great either.
Oh no, I hear you perfectly fine now because I just didn't have it set up where the sound would come in from the computer into my earphones. It was on my end.
All right. Yeah, he came over, and asked a couple beers. I've been married for 9 years today, Joe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's too long of a time, brother. For her to deal with my shit. But, so
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm like, let's hop on. And so this is like my brother from another mother.
Now, I agree. I have a buddy who's that way too, and I'm going to be hanging out with him on Friday. Now, if you're a good friend,
Yes.
you get him shit-faced drunk tonight, so much that he has to call out tomorrow, and then he staggers in at Turf Paradise and plays
Well, I
my
think
race.
he's got we were just right before we got on. I think he has a work shindig that'll have him at Turf Paradise tomorrow.
Oh, so yeah.
Between one of his one of the big companies that that he sells their product, like they're putting up probably in a suite and like food and drinks and whatever, like libations are free.
Well,
right?
Is that up tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's
See?
up in the suite level, and like,
see,
I can't go. My boss is going, so I got to hold down the fort. So that's all.
Well, I got an idea because AJ uploaded the video last night. I talked to him this afternoon because he was letting me know he's going to be in town tomorrow, and then we got the tailgate on Thursday. So I talked to AJ. The video is up.
All right, perfect.
On YouTube. If you can't find it, let me know. I will give you the link because I uploaded the video on my personal YouTube. I just hit it so you can watch it as well.
Well, I think it should probably be on the No Filter network.
Oh,
right?
it's on No Filter as well, but
Yeah.
probably No Filter is probably your best option because if you watch it on YouTube, I'll probably be like halfway into explaining why this one horse I like in one of the turf races. I don't think anybody's going to play it because
That's
of
the
the fact
knowledge
that,
you need, though, Joe Q.
Yeah.
That's the knowledge we want, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You're
gonna see a horse that ran at MVR, which is Mahoning Valley in Ohio. He recently became under a new trained by a new trainer. They shipped him out to Arizona. Now, the two tracks that he had been running in, those two races, or the last 8 months of races, did not have an option to run on turf because Thistledown and Mahoning Valley does not have a turf course. You have to go all the way back to the beginning of his career and see, okay, here's where he ran on turf. This is where he won. This is where he won. This is where he finished second. He hasn't had an opportunity to run on turf. So everybody will see those bad races at Mahoning Valley and they'll say, I can't play this. Whereas I let you guys know in that video, take a look at that horse because, oh, by the way, when you look at these programs, and you see all 10 races on the program, I showed the program for all 10 races. I showed where he ran on the turf. So little knowledge there for anybody who wanted to watch that, whether it's on AJ's side or on the No Filter side, watching the replay that I did on last night.
Excellent. I'll cram that in real fast. That'll work.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a short show.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Yeah, it's sad that I can't go over there and fire off, but
Yeah.
maybe I can let my boss know. And he's like, I don't think I'll be able to. I'll be there working. I'm gonna try to take off early. I'm like,
What?
I'm like, dude, this has turned into a shit show. Nobody.
Yeah, Mama said it.
Well,
Because like the thing is, like from where our branch is, where we're trying to get all these people to go. It's way on the other side of town, and it's right in the middle of their workday. These guys are like me and the Penguin were just talking, right in the middle of the workday, and like they're not gonna go across town just for a free lunch. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So,
whereas me,
oh yeah,
you know,
I mean-
because I'm
For
fat.
free lunch too, joke you know?
yeah, but
Free lunch? Shit.
Yeah, this gut like verifies it, you know?
I know. I mean, my gut isn't as big as it used to be, but you know, it's still there. But yeah, I mean, if they mentioned the words free lunch to me, shit, I would go
But
in a
you know,
heartbeat.
like we were talking, it just doesn't make sense if you're at a job, and most of these companies that are, some of these companies are small where every
Yeah.
job matters. Like you can't take time to go over here
Yeah, a lot of
because you got guys that are asking for this, you got people that are asking for this. Like
Mhm.
just doesn't make sense to go and spend an hour to get somewhere,
Mhm.
where you're not creating any business. All you're doing is, having people trying to sell you stuff instead of me trying to sell them stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not in that type of a business where I have to sell myself. Well, I do have to sell myself with the show.
Well, I sell
here.
myself short all the time.
My real job. I mean, I just sit there and I just take calls. Done. That sort of thing. That's the way that's the way my job is. So,
Oh, yeah.
but I mean, there's a reason for it, and it's probably more for
Bigger
mid-level to upper level management that they can sell their product. Your company can sell your product, and you go back and forth amongst the two.
And it's true
Yeah.
because Hunter Industries they're actually sponsoring the whole thing. We always have our own suite there, I guess. Ewing does.
Yeah.
So we're letting them use our suite, and they're gonna put on all this. They're gonna use all the high end, all these Wi-Fi controllers, and try to just lure in these big companies. They're called Arch Duper, and they're called Gothic Landscape. These are big million dollar big companies. That's what they're looking for. A lot of these mom and pop guys and guys that they have 2 crews.
Mhm.
No, they're actually going to the store to make sure I have the stuff.
Yeah.
But my boss, he's over there.
Well, but somebody has to be in the office for anything that happens, and unfortunately, you're the guy that has to stay.
Yep.
Hey, so how about them D-bags, baby?
Wow.
Let's go. Where your Phillies at, Joe? Where your Phillies at?
They finally won tonight.
Oh, did they?
They finally won.
Now, how many runs did they allow in the first? And the thing was I heard something on the radio. For 3 games, they were down 27 runs. I was like, wow.
Let's see. They gave up 37 runs in the first 4 games.
Oh, the Rangers they can fire when they want to.
But how many teams have done this before? You don't just come out guns a-blazing again.
I know. I mean,
You haven't been together. You haven't had that chemistry in 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
All that chemistry and,
It's a
knowledge
Super
is
Bowl
gone.
hangover. I mean, it's a World Series hangover for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Oh, even for the Astros, they've only got 2 wins so far.
Well, the Astros don't have Altuve, so
Yeah, Altuve makes a huge.
I mean that isn't the only reason, but
Yeah. Oh, I know. And you see Verlander, he's having his struggles with the Mets.
That's
Yeah.
Upton, baby. Kate Upton.
Yeah, Kate Upton. I know.
Yeah.
well,
Sorry.
he's got a
Well,
shoulder
you
injury.
got to tell me Kate Upton because
Did you see her?
Justin Verlander, I don't know him.
Did you see her photos? Like, I think it was from Sports Illustrated in Antarctica.
Yeah,
Man, that melted the ice cap.
that's why every time he
No wonder why
refers
there's
to
global warming.
Mr. Verlander, I say Kate Upton
Yeah,
because that's who he's married to. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh, I know.
Kate Upton was
I know.
pitching tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, because Kate Upton, of course,
Yeah.
the Phillies.
I'd rather watch Kate Upton than Joe
Yeah.
Justin Verlander.
He's
I mean,
imagining
come on.
Kate Upton up there. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, I can see
throw
that.
that hard, I'll take her. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do whatever
Yeah.
you want to.
she
I
could
can
make
see
it
that.
hard.
Yeah.
Until
See
you
what
find
you
out.
got, Joe. You let us in, and this is what
Oh
happened.
yeah, here it comes.
I know, that's okay. That's okay. It'll probably be like that to a certain degree on Thursday too.
So are you going to talk anything about the crazy tournament in UConn and all that, or is it just like who cares at this point?
I already talked about. I said, UConn was basically Ivan Drago. Whatever they see, they destroy.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that they were underrated, but they were the team that got hot at the right time.
Wow, here's breaking news. The Rockets actually won a game, and it was against the Nuggets of all teams. Like, what happened? Did somebody, like, get hurt?
I'm guessing, what's the term that they use? God damn it. My brain's fried. I can't think of it.
Here we go.
They didn't play their starters. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
But the
Yeah.
Sixers are up 103-101 on the Celtics right now.
Yeah, that's what it's getting down to.
Wait a second.
What's up with hockey action?
Flyers were down 3-0 the last I saw. That's right. We had 4 games in Philly tonight. Well, 4 games overall. 4 teams going tonight.
Yeah.
The Phillies won. The Philadelphia Union won. They scored in the 89th minute on a penalty shot. They won 1-0 in a CONCACAF League match.
Soccer? Who talks
Oh,
soccer?
no, he's talking about all the
That's all. I mean,
action.
I know. I'm messing with you.
but I do have the Sons of Ben T-shirt on right now.
What's that? Who's that?
Sons of Ben. That's their fan club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because every soccer team has their own fan club. Our fan club is the Sons of Ben, and they sit behind the goal on the right-hand side if you're watching it live. I was actually sitting there for the Eastern Conference Championship 2 years ago.
Oh, no shit.
So,
Damn.
it's crazy that you're talking about this because one of Arizona's soccer team is actually just got a new stadium or new
Oh, wow.
ballpark, the Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, they're looking good, man.
Yeah, I think
They
they're
got a team that's been consistently pretty good, pretty freaking good. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
So far,
Like
so good.
soccer is like,
yeah.
and
I
me
think
being
they're
probably a
yeah.
bit of Hispanic.
they're in one of those
Oh, yeah,
they're in
they're
one of those lower
different.
leagues, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I'm
it's
like,
brought me in more
I'm
into soccer,
liking it.
and I brought you
Yeah.
more into baseball.
You know, I'm like, let's give
Yeah.
these guys a little bit of love. Like,
Yeah.
these guys are trying to make it go
Mhm.
to make it like what Christian Pulisic and stuff like
Yeah.
soccer. The thing,
Ooh.
USA soccer has always been a dump, and I don't know why.
I know why.
Yeah.
Because the talent is spread too thin. Look, there's
Okay.
great players.
Now,
Some playing baseball, some playing football.
if I wanted to, I could have played a 4-team Philly parlay. Phillies,
Wow.
Union, Sixers, they just won,
Yeah, Flyers.
and the Flyers. Well, the Flyers just scored. It's now 3-2.
This is incredible.
Joe, what do you do? Like, why don't you let us know this shit beforehand? Like, come
Well,
on, man.
I didn't realize that we had a 4-bagger tonight. I knew the Union played.
Four. A 4-banger, baby. That's right.
You gotta get
So-
the hey. You have a bong. You got the cap on it.
Oh.
You got a bong
Nah.
rip sound? Because here comes.
No, I don't. But I think what I'm going to do, and I did mention this, I don't know if you said this, if you heard this. I am thinking about getting more RAM into this computer that I'm have a show on.
If you can't ram it, you have to dodge it.
Well, actually, if you want to RAM it,
Oh, look at Joe Q. He's about to get wild.
damn, 5-0 Detroit over the Canadians.
there you go. If you want to RAM it,
All right, let's see.
let's have a throwback here. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before.
All right, there's the white screen. Yeah. Let's see what what else. Did this Channel Park walk up to us, Joe?
I thought we said that Channel Park day.
Let's see. Yeah, we did.
This is Big Bad Jackie and I'm starting this off.
Oh, yeah.
The Rams get down so nobody score. And don't you worry, cause the Rams are rapping. When game time comes, we'll be back to
Steven,
back.
you're the
We can't
best.
sing and our dance is not pretty, but we'll do our best for the team and the city. So get on your feet and clap your hands. Let's ram it right now with the LA Rams.
Hollywood handsome, Dodge City tough. If you throw it my way, it's gonna get rough. I like to ram it, as you can see. Nobody likes ramming any more than me.
They call me Jeter, nobody dresses sweeter. But under this cool is a quarterback mistreater. I come from the end, looking for the sack. I don't stop coming till I put him on the back. This is limousine with it, my moves
Ram it all day, ram it all night.
Special team. I know how to rock the
Ram
toes to the
it all day,
head.
ram it all night.
You dead.
I'm a mountain man from West VA. They call me Herc and I came to play. I learned long ago to ram it just right. You can ram it all day and ram it all night.
All right, enough of that.
Damn. I'd never
Just the
even
fact
seen
that I know that that song exists shows that I am a fountain of useless information. And just to answer Stephen Luker, no, that was not Chan Ho Park's walk-up song. Last week we did show what his real song is. But yeah, so I did partake yesterday. I did head up the parks to play some horses.
Oh,
Did not do well.
all right.
Did not do well today when I was playing at home. So
Oh, shit.
considering it's a totally different venue, maybe I give your friends some winners for tomorrow. But I did head to the casino. The $80 I took with me, I had about $30 left in my pocket. I'm like, let's play. Ended up blowing in about 15, 20 minutes. I was like, do I want to go home or do I want to take money out of the ATM? And mind you, when you go to a casino, they're going to jack up those fees big time because they know you're going to do. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. I finally got my IRS refund. Let's do it. So I took 200 out and I played one machine, small payout. Okay. I won a little bit and I stopped. Next machine was one of those Chinese themed ones where you bet 88 credits instead of the usual 25 or 50. I get 400 times 72. I'm like, that's $280. So I got over 300 back on that one. So I start walking around. I lost a little bit, got a little bit back, and I'm playing on another machine. I got another 300. So I'm up like 500 now. Then I go to another machine right before I leave, right by the door. I hit for another 150. So I'm like, I end up ahead like 600 or 700.
Oh wow! See,
So I have money for the Phillies game on Thursday,
good.
even though you can't use cash. And I have money for when my buddy and I go. I think we're going down to Delaware Park on Friday to their casino. But yeah, so couldn't hit for shit on the horses, but that happens once in a while. You have those days where you don't hit a damn thing, and then you have a day where
You just got to give up. Try something else, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I kind of like on some of these parlays. I'm like, I'm done, and then so I'm looking at thank God Colin Berger was on our show, got me fired up about the golf, so Masters, so
yeah.
So one thing I took away was Jason Day was something to look at least to say top 10.
Yeah.
To win, I think to win the whole thing, he was 22-1.
Hell, I'll take 22-1.
I mean, I would do 22-1 exactly because it's from what Colin said, it's all about who's putting and who's on fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, he's been on fire when it comes to putting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's needed. So, and then you can't go away from looking at Dustin Johnson's and all those guys, but he laid that down. So, I'm just grateful for all these connections. I know that. So
yeah,
and it's turned into something even Trevor. I remember it was last year. I forgot what he said, and I'm sure enough, I followed what he said. Boom, bingo,
Mm-hmm.
got it. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had a Friday night podcast right before the tournament for the Saturday conference finals. I went 5 out of 6 on them.
Here you go.
If I go 6 out of 6, I would have had $1,700 additional dollars. I think next year for the tournament we set up like a some way the kids like pick our bracket, pick our
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the kids pick it for us.
Yeah.
And so like that way it's like and watch it like
watch it hit.
Like hit.
Yeah.
What do you
Now what I might do, and it was just that it just came up real quick, the tournament, because I'm working 5 days a week and I got all the stuff that I do. I didn't even think about it. We could have had a bracket challenge. We could have had that.
I was thinking that too. Like we should have done like a No Filter or like a Beecher Brothers, like basketball bracket and see, hey, whatever. But that's gonna come. It'll come.
And just to let you know, Mickey Delaney helped me out when I was saying about
what up, Mickey Delaney?
Houston and Denver. Load management was what I was thinking of. I couldn't put the words together, so that's what I was thinking of. But
well, I think Utah Jazz might do some load management tonight against the Lakers, but
yeah, but the Sixers did win the nights, and they're not going to be load managing the next 2 nights. Or they're not going to load manage with Miami the game after. They might.
Yeah, these games.
But,
so what do you think is going on with the Phillies? Are they just not? Are they having a little bit? They're not
nothing.
Really.
It's
really
still early.
I just like now that I'm into baseball, I got to talk shit to you, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
I know. But it's only 5 games.
He's like, yeah, I know.
No, I admit it, and I'm ready to take it now.
And it's not even that. It's just, I was like, hey.
It's a little bit hangover. It's a little bit of that. It's also a little bit of, the pitching just not living up to expectations early on. You caught a team that just ended up
Oh, man.
hitting like crazy.
And
And also, you gave up a huge lead in Texas the opening day. So that didn't help at all either. And that may have been a hangover effect too. But at least with the final game on Sunday, Bailey Falter pitched a great game. And they had basically a bullpen game today, even though Max Strom pitched 4 innings. You know, he pitched 4. Everybody chipped in with an inning. Phillies came out winning 4-1 tonight, even though I didn't watch the whole game.
Yeah, and the D-backs have no
I was the youngest.
bullpen.
So this is
I know what I
probably
want.
why I was so-
And, you know, I am glad tonight that we're able to win it, but if it gets into the bullpen for the D-backs, you might as well just chalk it up for a loss.
That's
And
how
the
I felt
thing
about
is,
the.
why don't they pay attention to the areas that they need? I wasn't
Well-
even a baseball fan, and one of my old coworkers would tell me the bullpen always sucks.
Yeah.
This is
Well-
what loses games for the D-backs.
It's the general manager
And now-
and ownership. They don't.
Why?
In some ways, the way
And I'm not,
relief,
She sent us.
I'm out there looking in. I'm not no baseball guru.
yeah,
But why don't you pay attention? Do they not at times? And at times I think they do. I think they do. I want to believe they do.
relief pitchers, they have good years, they have bad years. Like not your Mariano Rivera type, or if you want to go more into like
Think when
the
they see
closers.
how
You know
low.
what I mean? Like, there's just too much work. Like,
What do you
I think that's supposed to be load management.
Oh.
But you get these run-of-the-mill pitchers that are in the bullpen that are going from team to team every year. There's a reason why they're going team to team every year, and that's because they're not that great.
Yes.
Sometimes you get a diamond in the rough, and sometimes you end up with a big shitburger. But, like, for example, Craig Kimbrell, I didn't want him with the Phillies. I just didn't think he was.
What do you say?
I just think he's past his prime.
Okay.
And by the way, let me give it to the Flyers. Because leave it to the Flyers to blow a chance to win for all 4 teams to win tonight. It has to be the Flyers. It had to be somebody to ruin it.
Had to be somebody to mess it up.
But then again, the Flyers season's over in a week or so thank God for that. But
Astros down 6-2 to the Tigers. It's an upside down world. The Rockets won and the Astros lost or losing.
All
What
right.
the hell?
let me play the
Padres
role. Let me play the role of Tony Bruno here. Right now, Orioles lead the Rangers 7-2
Wow.
in the stadium adjacent to Jerry World, 2 outs in the 9th. Tigers are up 6-2 going into the bottom of the 9th, as play action real mentioned. Mariners are up 2-0 on the Angels in the 4th. A's are up 2-1 on the Guardians. I should just call them the Guardians of the Galaxy, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, still have the Indians.
Your Dodgers are up 2-0 on the Rockies in the 2nd. Earlier finals today, Diamondbacks defeated the Padres 8-6. Manny Machado was ejected for a strikeout on a pitch clock violation. Cubs defeated the Reds 12-5. Reds fall to 3-2. They'll be here in Philly on Thursday.
Really?
Marlins defeat the Twins 1-0. Sandy Alcantara with his first win. Phillies win 4-1.
What is that?
Rays are 5-0. They defeated the Nationals 10-6.
Delivery, please.
Pirates won again tonight. They're 3-2. They defeated the Red Sox 4-1. And let me give one to the Mets. They got their dick handed to them yesterday, and they got it again tonight because they lost to the Brewers 9-0. Yesterday they lost 10-0. So
It's that game.
So the Mets haven't scored a run in 2 games.
Whoa.
And Max Scherzer took the loss for the Mutts. Mutts are 3-3. Blue Jays defeated the Royals 4-1. And the Braves won in St. Louis 4-1. So that is your MLB update. So
They always give you so much.
So yeah, I had to do that update here for you here. So for those that are watching live, even though you don't really care about the score, other than you and the Astros right now, and Mickey with his Mariners.
The Mariners.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay, so
one thing I'll say is when you watch that video tonight, you know, just remember they're free picks. You know, I consider myself an amateur, but you know, I mean, I have my experience watching this stuff.
I'm even worse. So, like any clue of any, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, guide me.
And I gave some.
I can't bet. My boss, he leaves he literally leaves like 30 minutes after I get there.
Yeah.
To go and I'm like, so, well, here, man, I got you covered. So he'll appreciate it if he decides. I don't even know if he's going to do it. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, you know, I hope they do this again and they do it like, you know, a different time. And last year it was everybody got to get together. It was at a baseball game, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a ASU Sun Devils baseball game. That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Turf Paradise runs during the day. They don't have lights, so.
They don't have lights. So.
Can we just review the order?
You know. But you know, we'll see what happens with the ones that are going there. See if anybody hits anything.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. No, that's cool.
And if anybody admits to watching my video and winning, I won 20%. Okay. No, I'm kidding. No, I could. Yeah, we're at 10:40, so about an hour and 25 minutes in. Yeah. So, you know, just have some fun with it. That's all I can tell everybody that watches.
Yeah, that's what all it is. Just having fun, and, you know. And so anytime, like, well, talk every time we get together or talk to anybody, it's like, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you make?
Yeah.
How much you make? What's your account? But it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And you share it. You're sharing ideas, so I love it.
Now, I'm going to do the last segment here with you on the screen with me here on the stream. I came up with this topic here, and if anybody that's watching the chat wants to join in as well, for the worst jobs in sports. And I'll tell you how I got to this topic here. And I always joke around with this whenever I'm at parks, or if I go down to Delaware Park, or I go to another racetrack. The worst job in sports has got to be a shit shoveler in the paddock at a racetrack.
So are you gonna grow a mullet?
The horse just lifts his tail, lets loose.
Like trying to do it.
You know, and sometimes it isn't as solid. I mean, you know, I'm not going into too much detail, but not sure if you heard what I was saying, Penguin. For this last segment, we're talking about the worst jobs in sports.
No, but having to order food for everybody that decided to show up. You know, like I have to order all these food and stuff. Like, you want me to be a guest? What's wrong with you?
Not a problem.
You know, you want me to be a host, or not a guest, but a host? What's wrong with you, man?
But
you know what? I would do it every day and every night.
Yeah.
Friends, man. You know.
Yeah, I know exactly. We talked about it on Friday.
Like you, Joe.
Yeah. So
what's up? Sorry.
So when I went to the track on Monday, I was watching the horses in the paddock, and I was like, there's Here's a topic for Tuesday. The worst job in sports. I think I have you guys beat, even if you come up with something good. And even if anybody else that's watching and wants to chime in the chat, feel free to do so. My worst job in sports is the shit shoveler in the paddock at a racetrack. The horses are warming up, they're walking around, they're trying to get them ready for the race, and the horse just lets loose in the paddock area. And the guy comes around with his, well, in parks, because they have like a rubberized surface in the paddock. He just gets his rake and his bucket and just scrapes it up into the bucket, and then does whatever he has to do with it to dispose of it properly.
And then I was like, all right, well, reset your thing because everybody can see me.
So I don't know about you, if you know any worst jobs in sports, but that's my opinion. The worst job in sports is the shit shoveler at a local racetrack.
Sorry, say that again.
The worst job in sports, in my opinion, the shit shoveler at a local racetrack.
Oh yeah, like that guy's just walking around with the shovel.
I know.
Yeah. All he's doing is like just walking around, like hoping. I guess you gotta hope for a horse's shit, because other than that, you're just standing around.
Yeah. Well, he does stand around, but he just wanders around. It's like, okay.
But he's probably getting paid more than me to do it.
He probably is.
Yeah.
What, $20 an hour?
But what about like the best, the easiest, the best? Talking about the worst. I say the bullpen catcher has the best job because he gets the break in, the catcher's gloves. He's not really he's like not even the emergency catcher. He's the bullpen catcher. He just sits there and just catches the relievers just throwing ball. Just boom.
Yeah.
That's got to be the best one.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Easiest for the most money.
Yeah.
But
now, how much do these guys get paid? 40, 50, 60, 70 a grand, maybe?
Who knows? Probably something entry level, probably 15 an hour.
Bullpen catchers they don't get six figures, but they're right up there.
They probably get a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Especially in the major leagues.
Yes.
Because so a sister-in-law had a friend or has a friend, and her boyfriend now has become a husband. Actually was on the practice squad for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even making six figures. He was in like the $40, $50 range. $50,000 a year, and on the practice team.
That's still not bad. I mean, it's
not that bad of a pay, but really, when you're paying everybody else on your payroll millions of dollars.
Well, they're the ones that the fans are going out to see. They're the ones that are they're the ones that you're buying the jerseys for. It's all that. Whereas the practice squad player, a lot of times when you get a guy, you just sit there and you say,
"Who the fuck is that guy?"
That's all you say. Who the fuck is that guy?
But they're the ones that are putting in a little bit of work up against these guys that are getting paid millions of dollars. They're the practice squad. So,
or if you're
practice squad, they can make it.
The quarterback with the Eagles that had to come in for Carson Wentz, McCown. The COVID year, he was the emergency quarterback. He was on the practice squad. But he never even traveled to Philadelphia because he was on the practice squad. If he was needed, he would then fly up. But since he was on the practice squad, he was an emergency guy. He was such an emergency guy that he wasn't even in the same time zone as the Eagles, because I think it was in Houston. and eventually Houston picked him up.
Yeah.
But but sometimes, I mean, but even with those practice squad players, then all of a sudden you get a regular salary out of it.
Well,
If you need it.
And the thing for me is that some of these people don't even, if it wasn't for so and so, they would never get no limelight. Look at these capo guys over there, just tearing stuff up, like getting the name out there. And at times, I'm like, what?
Yeah, and with the Capos, which is the team that I think we sponsor them, right? Bleacher Brothers sponsors them.
Yeah.
Or at least we give them the opportunity for that Monday night show. The one thing is with the Capos, you're seeing football the way we experience it, even growing up, or even going to your local high school game. They're playing for
just
the love
street
of the
football,
game.
like where, hey, we got a team, let's go up against us.
Yeah,
whatever.
And for some people, it may lead to something else. It may lead to college. It may lead to the pros. It may lead to the XFL, USFL, World League, Indoor League, whatever. If it leads to somewhere, great. If not, they're playing for the love of the game, even though they are risking their lives because, I think it was Trayvon that he hurt his neck, I believe, right?
But I guess he's back too. So
I think he's last I saw he was coaching and not playing.
But I saw the show yesterday, and he got cleared by a neurologist to go back to play. So,
okay.
But it just seeing people get inspirational, having these guys come back, and they just need a little bit of a new. Let's go.
Yeah. Forgive me, I yawned there. But yeah, I mean, what you're seeing at that level is the love of the game. Whether it's a 35-year-old or an 18-year-old or a 20-year-old, they're doing what they can to live their dream, whether it's trying to get to that next level or just playing out the rest of your career, whatever the situation is. I mean, it's definitely not NFL, but it's a spring league that gives some guys an opportunity to play, and who knows, maybe an XFL scouts there, and say, hey, I really like this kid. Hey coach, what can you tell me about this kid? Go from there.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it already, like it's building steam, and so it's just gonna, that kind of stuff will spread.
Look at the XFL. XFL is bringing players up. XFL is bringing players up.
And down. Matter of fact, there's a story about a guy. He didn't get a chance, and he's gonna go. The heck with it. I'll just play for the XFL. That's legit, because hey, you can bide your time and then still be in football shape by the time football season's here.
And look, do you
exactly?
Can I play enough to? Not me, but can somebody else play enough to get to an area that you're probably NFL ready.
Yeah.
You're not going to start. You'll be on the practice squad, but let's go.
But
if I can get paid $80,000 a month, a year to go and be on a practice squad for the Packers, especially, shit, sign me up. I don't care. Do whatever. Really, like
squad guy.
$60,000 a year to go practice and be on a team that maybe they win the Super Bowl. Shit, sign me up.
And you're probably going to get a ring out of it.
Or even then, just the recognition. You might make a team with somebody else. Somebody else needs, a guy that's willing to get down in the trenches. And I think that's across every sport.
Yeah. Let's say you need a quarterback in the NFL, and you see that so and so is on a practice squad with the Packers, let's say. Well, we need a quarterback. We can select him and sign him and we can bring him up.
Even for play action reels, Houston Texans, which I don't know if they ever will win a Super Bowl, but he loves them till the death. Houston Texans, right here. Look, look. He won't even talk about
the
him.
only one that exists.
I think he's the only fan I know.
Yeah,
I know a couple
I'm the
of them.
only fan that I know too.
The only fan outside of Houston.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing to myself.
Yeah.
I must love torture.
Yeah, you do. Well, look at me with my Philly sports.
So how about are you guys boycott? I want to ask both of you guys while I got you. Are you boycotting Bud Light at all?
Oh,
I don't drink.
I heard that Kid Rock shot.
Yeah, see that shit?
Like 5 or 60 30 packs.
With an AR.
He did what?
He shot Bud Light, like what was it? All kinds of packs of Bud Light.
Yeah, 30 packs. Like he just Kid Rock went crazy and shot up.
So basically,
so what really happened?
Bud Light had an advertisement with that trans lady that it's been
It's Mulvaney?
365 days since I've been a woman, and so to celebrate Bud Light, they put my face on their can. Well, it's like, well, I want to, my mom has been a woman for 8,745 days. So can you put her face on a can? There's a lot of other other people that have been females for a lot longer. How about Rosa Parks or her face?
Hopefully I can say this without pissing off one side of the political spectrum or the other.
So can you not?
The fact that the person's a transsexual, who the hell cares?
Yeah, who cares?
And I hope that does sound correct here because I'm probably the one that tries to steer away from politics the most, probably of the Bleacher Brothers.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I couldn't care less about right or left. Like even when before the show started, I was watching the Trump thing from Mar-a-Lago after he got arraigned today. I just wanted to hear some of the things he'd say just to see what he would say. Like I thought about tweeting this, but he said that his 2 impeachments were a hoax. Like for example, and this isn't a right wing or a left wing thing. The one thing I will say is, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, the numbers just weren't there to impeach him because I think you need 2/3 vote. And I might be forgetting my politics and stuff like that, but
both times it was just not, the numbers were not there.
If you just look at the numbers just weren't there, even when the trial started and everything. It isn't. This isn't about Trump being this, Trump being that. If you want to follow Trump, go ahead.
The numbers haven't been there to do anything to anybody for a while. So
yeah,
and maybe have they, but I don't really think so. Why haven't
Trump? Not Trump. Nixon probably would have been removed from office, but we won't know because he resigned.
Clinton, he paid off somebody. How about that? How about that? Nobody remembers Clinton paid off that chick.
Oh, we remember. We still joke around about it.
It's all about that.
We still joke about Bill.
It's all about what do you have on me or what do I have on you?
I did not inhale, but she did not swallow either.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I guess. Oh, Junkie, you're onto something, man. My wife said.
Yeah, because the way that I am, whether it's this show, sports related, and I even put in the notes here, I'm even getting away from a lot of I got away from the sports a little bit with that Drexel thing, even though it was did involve Citizens Bank Park. When it comes to politics, if I tweet anything on there, it's either, or not even that, just like if somebody comes to me with I have a sports take, and they just out of the clear blue go, MAGA this, MAGA that.
Come here.
You know, I'm going to give them a bunch of shit back because
Come on.
what the hell does your reply have to do with my topic at hand? Absolutely nothing. And then that's when I start turning into how much I hate America.
Yeah.
Where I will start I'll start asking them, and I did this to one guy that I used to have on my friends list on Facebook when he used to go to grade school with me. He goes, "Oh, MAGA this, MAGA that," whatever he was saying. I said, "Answer this question. Tell me when America was great. Because in order to be great again, you have to be great in the first place. And, you know, just to bust their balls, you know, just more than that. Because when I try to insult somebody, I try to insult somebody with things that may go over their head. Or when I get in a fight with somebody on Twitter because she didn't like that she was tagged in this reply that I had to somebody. I said, "Okay, Miss Next Tuesday." So I didn't call her the actual name. I just called her Next Tuesday because instead of the word "see you next Tuesday," I just called her Miss Next Tuesday. Then she says in reply, "Oh, it's okay. You can call me a cunt." Or "It's okay. You can call me a cunt," and whatever. I was like, did I ever use the C word? No, I used the euphemism Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
But, you know.
Fuck yeah. Love that shit.
And I got her into trouble because she called me a mental case. I'm like, well, guess what? I've got depression. I've got anxiety. Those are mental issues.
Yeah, so I am a mental case. Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah, so I'm, you know, so, you know, I'm not going to, you gotta really, it's kind of like, I see the C word like a tip in a way. You got to earn that right to be called that. Kind of like you got to earn that extra tip, even though I will still tip you very well.
Yeah.
You know, you got to earn that. I'm not the type of person that's going to use that every opportunity to piss every single woman off. You gotta earn it. You gotta act. And then you gotta go even beyond to a point of no return where it's like, okay, Miss Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not the type of person that's going to be.
I'm so happy I joined Twitter late in the game, because God knows what the fuck kind of shit I would have gotten into. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, thank God.
But Tony's still banned.
Kind of waited, and now I just basically, use it as a platform just to boost, myself and all my friends like you. So.
Yeah, and I do my own thing. Let me look over my last couple of tweets here. I promoted the show here.
Oh yeah, I'm like, how close am I to getting Twitter?
Oh boy,
this much.
Yeah,
but
you don't have it?
I don't have Twitter, no.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
At one point, I did sign up, so I think I could use the same account. But I would make one, just make a brand new one.
To see if,
because the one thing is with me,
the Penguin AZ is available. Who else is a Penguin AZ?
Oh, you never know.
Who else could be the Penguin? Let's see if it's available, Joe.
Remember Madden?
All right, I'll look.
Look, Joe's gonna look for me.
Oh shit! Remember?
Yeah, and this is the things that we will do on the air here.
He finds it.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If Joe Q says it's available, I might have to pull the trigger.
Oh,
let's see here. Let me go.
It's gonna go live. We doing it live, yo.
Hold on.
This could be trouble for Twitter.
No, too late, Joe.
This could be trouble for you.
Too late, Joe. Too late.
What?
You got to be on your point, man.
No, I'm looking your shit up here.
Yeah, no, come on.
I'm searching here for you, man.
Exactly. You're not doing anything.
Here's some of my stuff here. Let me find it here. Your account.
No, I don't think I have an account under that.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I want to see if it's available.
Oh, I haven't
You'll
signed-
see
signed
you'll see what I'm doing here if I can find it here. It's just that I have to find it to get to.
Ah, jeez. Is that like A, J, E's, G's?
That's definitely East Coast. Like, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
All right, so let me.
As Joe would say, Tuesday.
Yeah. Saturday.
Yeah. We love our East Coast food.
Well,
So.
Texas is.
Hold on here.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday.
You'll see what I'm doing in a second here.
And
All right, so let me see something here. Like, for example, when I wanted to change my name, my username, I wanted to change it to my real name. Username is taken. Please use another one. So that's why I ended up with Joe Quills, because I went with the name of a nickname that my high school algebra teacher gave me. He kept calling me Quills in class.
Yeah,
So
we all call you Joe Q or
see,
Quills.
it's been taken.
Oh, it's ready.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's ready.
It's ready to go.
It's ready.
With the T, P, and the A are capitalized?
Yep.
Well, it doesn't matter. The case sensitivity doesn't matter. If I were to tag it.
I hate that. It should. I hate when a platformer does that. I hate it.
But,
But whatever.
So if you go on Twitter there, and if you do it now, since it's on no filter right now.
If I was to use the Pick 1AZ, it's ready.
Oh, shit. That's fast as hell.
Where's my wallet?
There you go. Think I should change my name to this? Resting fuckface. They won't allow that, but
Rusty.
Shouldn't you have asked him beforehand, like if you wanted to eat that much? It's Chinese.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. It's Snoop Dogg.
No.
And Mickey says in the chat, Big Dick Joe. Well, I am a big dick, but the ladies may say other things about that, but
I know. I'm joking.
let me see. I'm just making some notes here because I want to make sure that that AJ gets all this information for when he uploads a show.
I was like, okay, I can stick around. Make sure that she gets back to her car okay. Yeah, I was like, man, I was like, whoa. Yeah, make sure, like, just say it. Let's big gentleman.
1 second, guys.
I'm like, what's going on here, Tom?
Shit Show Joe, Mickey says. Yeah, that's a perfect name for me. Got a tickle in my throat here, Mickey. That's why.
See what happens, man?
Easy does it.
What you doing?
Oh, he still got us on.
So, did you guys order Chinese?
Oh my
Yes.
God! Yeah.
And then she wasn't Chinese, but
So
she might as well be Chinese. Okay.
So So who ordered the cream of some young guy?
Not me.
No, but the wives did.
Wife.
The wives. So one of our wives did.
Yeah. So I think the Penguin AZ has a job to do tonight, thanks to me. He's got to get that handle before somebody else does, so that he can promote the last call. We can tag him on shit now, so that he can promote our shit as well.
For sure.
So yeah,
Big Dick Joe, and then Mike Delaney says, "Shit, so Joe."
Well, I am a big dick, but down there.
Penguin AZ, how low? Oh, you're talking about load management.
Yeah.
And then Flash, you don't have any load management.
No, of course not.
No. I mean, I'm on load management this week for my real job. It's called vacation.
Oh, you're on a week vacation, bro?
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing with yourself?
I went to parks yesterday. Played a little horses, played a little casino. Today, started to clean around the apartment because I got a visitor coming next Thursday.
Who's that?
I got my dad coming for a couple of days.
Nice.
All right, then. That's a good time.
Now, he does not listen to my podcast, so I think I can say this here.
All right.
I am thinking about this, but I don't know how early he goes to bed. I am seriously thinking about having him on the show next Thursday.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, bring him on and let him talk a little bit about baseball
or anything.
Yeah, like whatever he's got. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you need to tell him that the Penguin AZ and Flash Reveal wants him on the show.
But I got to make sure he gets here first before I do that.
Yeah, true. True.
Because, so I just got to talk to my dad when he gets here on next Thursday because my dad's 78 years old. He may not. I mean, for all we know, he may be in the hospital for all we know by then. Who knows? I mean, it's not my dad health issue or whatever. I'm just the fact of life. You're 78 years old.
Sure.
Even though you do whatever, there's going to be times where out of the clear blue, you have to go to the hospital because you're thinking you're having a heart attack or you're thinking, something strange is going on that you have to get looked at hospital-wise because your MD isn't going to be able to help you with this. It's something that requires emergency treatment. I'm just looking at the reality. I'm not saying anything about my dad medically, but other than that, if I can get him on the show next Thursday, that would be great. And I know my one buddy who I'll be hanging out with on Friday, Mike, if I can, he'll hear this show and I guarantee he'll say, yeah, you should have him on the show. You should have him on the show next Thursday if you can get him on the show. But also I don't know when he goes to bed. So by the time I get done work and get from work computer to this computer and set everything up, I think I got a splitter where I can actually have two headphones going into the same port and everything.
It'll be difficult.
I'd probably be out cold in my bedroom.
Yeah, he won't want to do all that.
So it all depends. If he wants to do it, that's fine. If not, that's why I'm not saying it's confirmed. He may say, I'm not doing that. Or he may just say, yeah, I'll hop on for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how lady sees up.
Well, either way.
Yeah, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Tom over here, he how he is. He's like, you have to do it. Like, no, you don't have to do anything.
No.
So.
No, so you can see firsthand what I do, on Tuesdays and Thursday nights here. And also see what I do on Friday night because even though that it's a weekend that I actually work, I actually had to call him later today, or later on when he called me about lunchtime today. He goes, "You working today?" I'm like, "No, I'm on vacation this week." Oh, just to let you know, I'm probably going to be coming over. Okay, yeah. So, and I said, just to let you know, I'm going to be working all weekend because my office is open next weekend, the 16th and 17th. So I warned him ahead of time. So then I called him back a couple hours later. I said, "Hey, Dad, just to let you know, I'm off next Saturday." I mean, I'm not taking him anywhere or anything. It's just, he won't feel like he's in prison in a bedroom for 8 hours, even though I got all kinds of things that he can watch on there. As long as he doesn't watch Debbie Does Dallas Part 64.
Dang.
But you know it.
Mike Delaney would know if there's a 64.
I mean, I made that up.
He says, Mike Delaney says he playing with himself. Playing with himself. Playing with AZ.
Because he's like,
yeah. Well, he says you're playing with yourself, Joe Q.
Yeah. Not the first time I've been accused.
I mean, it's fun every once in a while.
Well, you gotta handle yourself.
What do you want from me? As Clay Axelrod would say, what do you want from me?
And if I get a wheelchair from my dad, which I won't need, he's got a cane or whatever. But if I have a wheelchair available for him, I just got to make sure that Danny Brier's kid's not around so he doesn't throw it down the stairs.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my dad, he was 78 when he passed away, so they get fragile, fragile.
Yeah, and my father-in-law was just here 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of the first times around in my back patio, and it's not a big patio, it's not a big backyard. I live kind of, you almost might as well be like condos, but house form.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, watching something on my phone, doing whatever. The kids are out. He walks out to the almost where the patio door is to go to the back. He fucking falls.
Yeah.
Scary.
And and he's like, "Oh, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right."
Mm-hmm.
They get up like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine."
Wow.
But at the end of the day, they're not really fine. Everything hasn't set in yet.
Yeah.
It's like getting in an accident, in a car accident. You don't feel shit until 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You set around for the next 3 days. I'm like, yeah, you weren't really all right. He's all bandaged up, got, bruises everywhere, Band-Aids everywhere. I'm like,
and I'm gonna clarify what I said there. My dad would not be in the wheelchair that Danny Brier's kid would throw down the stairs. So just to clarify that. So because the way that it sounded, the way that Penguin AZ came back, my dad's not going to be in the wheelchair. It's going to be an empty wheelchair like Danny Brier's kid throwing the wheelchair down.
My father-in-law he's recommended to, walk with the cane. He's like, "No, I'm not walking with the fucking cane."
Yeah.
He's an old Vietnam vet. And I went like, "No, I'm not doing this shit."
Yeah, and
I don't blame you. I tell the wife all the time, like, "Why do you want him? He doesn't have to do shit."
Yeah.
He's lived and been through everything. Like, let him do whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I told my dad.
My dad is doing the same thing, and I hope he is.
Yeah, and my dad's doing well. I mean, he just has a couple of minor issues he's having right now. I'm going to leave it at that because that way if he starts listening to this, he won't listen to me and say, "Oh, he has A, B, C, and D. I told you not to make my life public," something like that. But I mean, he's 78. He's going to have his issues, no matter what it is. I mean, even the healthiest 78-year-old is going to have some issues. At least I would think so. But just have a good eye, keep an eye on him for the next, for those 3, 4, 5 days, however long it is, And also,
you guys go blast, man.
You'll see what I do work-wise, and Saturday,
Too
we
late.
do what I have to do. I just have to finish cleaning up around here, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Well, yo, man, I'm gonna sign off. You guys figure I'm gonna go eat some food. So
Yeah.
I'll be back.
And that was Play Action Reel leaving us for a second. Penguin AZ is still here. So, anything else you want to add here?
Not too much besides maybe some just baseball action, you know?
Yeah.
I'm loving it. D-backs win tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Other than that, such a great show. Thanks for letting us hang around, man.
You know, and just to let everybody know who
try to take over your show.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Anything, but
don't worry about it, because the one thing I will say is for those that are listening after the fact on my podcast, which will be in audio form later tonight. If you're listening to the show, come on over to nofilter.net, look for my show, look for the most recent one. And when you do come in there, you can be just as interactive as Penguin AZ and Play Action Reel. You can join me on video if you want. You can join audio only if you want, you know, depending on how you want to set your settings up. Or you could be like Stephen Luker and Mickey Delaney here tonight. They interact with me through the chat. You know, you got a couple different options that you can come join me and interact with me. So, you know, whether it's a video, whether it's through video chat, feel free to do so. Audio chat, feel free to do so. Or if you just want to chat in the chat box, feel free to do that as well. Because, you know, we give you guys options to interact with us, host on nofilter.net.
And I hope you do. You know, I'm going to send a little plug in. Watch Joe Q a couple days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, you get to nofilter.net and just look up all kinds of different shows. Eric Burns, you know, like now there's a Sports Arena Live, or there's this other show. I mean, just a plethora of shows. The Campo shows on Monday that's really got a lot of stuff. And just Bleacher Brothers in general is kind of making a little bit of stand. We're just trying to get people to come and, you know, just listen. Like Joe said, you don't have to get on. You don't have to do anything. If you just want to, like, even just have it in the background, do it. Yeah. You know, sometimes we talk about stuff that you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Chinese food.
And then we got, you know, people that are eating like food.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's a whole plethora of stuff. Different topics, different ideas.
Chef Tom.
Yes.
Different
different hosts.
And
AJ, Duck and Dad. Dude, everything. I don't have to keep explaining. You already know.
And we even have
around for couple shows, you already know what we do. This is what we do. And we're just trying to get people informed out there, give them a little bit of word and love, and let's go. Thanks, Joe.
If you want, you can always watch other shows that are on here that are not part of Bleacher Brothers that are part of No Filter. I mean, I even watched a show a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure if you were here. I think it was last Thursday, if not last Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago. Gerald Contreras, who has a horse racing show, he joined me and we talked for a good half an hour.
I mean, you think about like Rock and Reese, like all these.
Yeah.
There's a ton of, and there's people that, on No Filter I don't even mention.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of everybody. Just get out there, listen to what you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to me. You know?
I mean, people don't want to listen to me.
You don't have to listen to this guy. You can't even talk. Look at him. He's stuffing his face over here.
You don't want to hear him right now. You don't want to hear him with his mouth full. Now, on Monday nights and on Friday nights, maybe you want to hear them, but not right now while he's eating.
Yeah, well, he's stuffing his face. Which I don't mind.
Yeah.
But Joe, thanks for letting us hop on and give you a little bit of whatever.
Yeah,
appreciate you, brother.
And I'm glad you guys did participate with that question
well,
I had about the
came
workshop.
over just because it's an anniversary that I married somebody that deals with my shit.
Yeah.
365 days a year, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, and my buddy who I'm going to see, that I'm going to hang out with on Friday, we've known each other for about 24 years. And it was like September after I got hired at my job.
And you know what? To hook up with some, it's priceless.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
It really is someone that, you get along with, like you vibe with, what more? Like we vibe with all these. I'm going to show you, look at all these. We got wives, kids.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about family. It's about people you get along with and love. And you do that. Everybody on the Bleacher Brothers Network does that, bro.
Yeah.
Bleacher Brothers, we're just building a small community,
Yeah.
We got love.
And we want to, and when
everybody,
and when No Filter explodes and the Bleacher Brothers explodes, and it gets out there even more, we can say that, hey, we were there at the beginning.
Yep.
That's what it's about.
Thanks, Joe.
Glad to have you, man.
I'm getting called to eat.
Go eat your dinner.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Have a great
Enjoy
night.
your vacation, brother.
Thanks, man. Have a great one.
You too. Go D-backs, baby.
Penguin AZ, everybody, and Play Action Reel was in there as well. Great conversation there between the two of them. And for those that are watching after the fact, or even, if you're watching on YouTube, AJ will be uploading this video probably tomorrow after he arrives in Philly. Or if you're going to watch, or if you're going to listen in the audio form on my podcast, The Philly Guy Speaks, after the fact, just having fun here. You can join us and be just as interactive. Join us if you want to talk in the chat. You can do that. You can join in. I will bring you into the chat. You can be on video. You can be just on audio, whatever you want. And we'll talk about anything as we did there. We went in a couple of different directions there. Talked about the D-backs. We talked about the Phillies. Talked about the worst job in sports. Just a fun thing. And hopefully Penguin AZ does get that Twitter handle before somebody else does. So, that's the fun part here. We're having fun here. Me personally, I don't take it too seriously. Even when that I have load fucking management, unless it's really something that I take in context, I realize that you're really acting like an asshole. That's when I turn into Mount St. Joe. I'm just having fun with this because that's what I want to do. Just have fun with you guys. And, if I can help to make this No Filter grow and the Bleacher Brothers grow, then great. Because that's what it's all about. Just having fun here with you guys. So thanks once again to Penguin AZ and Play Action Reel. They were together there. Play Action Reels with Stephen Luker on Monday nights. Retro Ad Mondays. They are on at 9:00. Play Action Reel is on Friday nights with Duncan Dad and Penguin AZ for the last call. That is approximately 9:15 p.m. I say approximate because it all depends upon Tony Bruno's show, which starts at 7. And we'll go from it's a fun night. And I'm sure there aren't too many people that know about No Filter, but you know what? Some guys have their own show. They Some guys are more political than others. Me, like I said, when I was talking about Donald Trump, like I said, I'm the least political, but I still watched it because I wanted to hear what he had to say. So I'd be prepared to hear and be prepared to see what's going to be coming up on Twitter, what's going to be said, all that bullshit. Because truthfully, like I said, it's not because I lean left a little bit, not hardcore left like Donald Trump will tell you that everybody is, but I will listen to the right side and their comments because you know what? I want to hear what you have to say. It's kind of like everything else in life because my opinion when it comes to communication, a lot of the problems with America today is the person's ears. They don't want to hear what some people have to say, whether it's brutal truth or it's just something that you just don't believe in. Sometimes it's better just to listen to what somebody has to say if they have a totally opposing point of view, because guess what? It is okay to agree to disagree on everything, at least in my opinion. But it's good to be informed of different things that are going on around the world. And I know in my case, they'll say, "Oh, this happened in Northeast Philly." I'm like, "Really? I didn't see that." It's because I missed the news for 3 straight days, let's say. But you couldn't miss Trump speaking at Mar-a-Lago tonight because guess what? Every news and station app that I have on here was saying Trump speaking at Mar-a-Lago, Trump speaking at Mar-a-Lago, Trump speaking at Mar-a-Lago. Well, I guess he's talking. He got out of New York and went back down to Florida. Okay, whatever. Let me hear what he has to say, even though it is what it is. But because I could go off on a rant here about how the issue is the people's ears and all that, because sometimes you don't want to hear the truth, no matter how hard it hurts, or you just don't want to hear the opposing point of view, no matter how right or wrong they are. But that's a topic for another day. But but when it comes to no filter, I know especially me, I have as much of an open mind as possible. I'll listen to what you have to say, even if I'm opposed to what you're saying, or maybe you bring up a good point. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I am wrong. Or you can be like Gerald Contreras when he joined me a couple of weeks ago. I was screwing up and didn't realize I was playing stuff and you weren't hearing the audio. That's because, oh, by the way, it doesn't work that way on No Filter. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes you learn stuff and, that's the way that I am. One day, if you learn one thing a day, no matter how minute a fact it is or how large of a fact it is, every day's a day to learn something, in my opinion. And I learned today that got a great bunch of guys who are here tonight. Mickey was here tonight. Well, all right, yeah, he's a great person. Okay, I'm kidding around, Mickey. Play Action Real was here with us. He joined us in that conference with Penguin AZ, who joined us, Stephen Luker, and anybody else who's ever watched this from day one. I'm having fun here at No Filter, and I will be back here Thursday night at 9:15, hopefully, because Thursday is the Phillies home opener, and we are having the Bleacher Brothers tailgate before the game, and we'll see what happens because I'm not a drinker, so I'll be the sober one. But we're going to have fun there in the parking lot and also at Citizens Bank Park as the Phillies take on the Cincinnati Reds. Hopefully we can get a win. Looking at the weather forecast for Thursday, and it won't come up. well, the Apple weather app's been goofy the last couple of days, but last I saw it's going to be 82 degrees on Thursday at Citizens Bank Park for the Phillies and the Reds. Some showers, maybe a thunderstorm, make it a little bit of a delay in the game. Oh, here it is. It came up. 83 degrees on Thursday. Nice. And by about 6 p.m., it'll be in the mid 60s. We are looking right now at precipitation around 3 to 5 p.m. Oh, well, I guess we're going to have a little delay there. So if that scenario does take place on Thursday, then we might be looking at maybe the show not happening, because I'm the type of person where if I'm at a game, I stay to the bitter end. So if I'm not here at 9:15, check me on Twitter, because it may just be I'm still at the ballpark or whatever, or on my way home or whatever. But we'll see what happens with that as well. So do want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Everybody who's going to listen after the fact on my podcast, Philly Guy Speaks, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts. Yes, I am on Amazon as well. So you name the platform, I'm probably on there. So also, if you're a horse racing guy, check out the podcast from Monday or on nofilter.net, the Monday show, the Turf Paradise special. I did it anyway, despite the fact that Play Action Reel is unable to go to Turf Paradise on Wednesday. Let's see if I can give some winners out, and who knows, maybe that becomes a new activity as well. So do want to thank everybody for watching. Play Action Reel, Stephen Luker, Mickey Delaney, Penguin AZ, and everyone who's going to be listening after the fact. I'm Joe Quills, the Philly Guy. Good night, everybody.